Mr. Love, only looks matter. From the age of ancient Greece to today's Western civilization, the power of seduction or the ability for a man to seduce women has always been at the heart of people's concern. In all kind of art, literature, from the sculpting of the gods through the Shakespearean plays to Hollywood movies, the figure of the man capable of arousing women's emotional interest has, like it or not, been one of the building blocks of social interactions between men and women. What I mean by that is, for hundreds and hundreds of years, the idea of a man taking action in order to conquer the woman he longs for has prevailed as a godlike feature. He who mindfully acts to sway the odds of a woman's love in his favor is no longer bound to his fate. He takes the reins of his life and devotes his time, his ingenuity, and his courage in the endeavor to obtain the holy grail of all rewards, love, or at least attention, or an interest, which is not too bad to begin with. Now, what and who exactly is Mr. Love? In this video, I will try to use famous references from movies and such in order to give a thorough portrait of this Mr. Love. For those familiar with the movie Hitch, Mr. Love is the code name the anonymous coach in seduction goes by. Mr. Love represents what it takes for a man to seduce women. He embodies a list of rules and social codes of conduct, allowing him to captivate and charm the ladies. And the guideline to do so is in fact quite simple. Number 1. Good looks. It shows that physical appearance is key when it comes to seduction. Dressing appropriately is absolutely mandatory, and not only that, but also looking healthy, that is to say, showing good physical condition, good hair, good skin, and so on. If you believe that looks are not so important to attract women, you're a fool. And if a woman comforts you in this idea, she is a liar. In today's society, the word appearance is often associated with superficiality, in a collective effort to bring down the few that stand out. Nietzsche, for instance, said that there is nothing more dangerous than a community led by powerless individuals, because for those who are powerless, he mentions the sick, the unhealthy, the men of the church, the abusers, and the cowards. It is for them unbearable to look up at the alpha male, and Mr. Love is the epitome of the alpha male. Now, if we look at the other qualities deemed necessary to be a lady killer, such as confidence, smooth talking, gait, sense of humor, honesty, or pretending to be honest, and so on, those are bullshit, and let me explain why. Those are qualities or perks that you might find in male seducers like Mr. Love in the movie Hitch or David in Fear as well, but all in all, being all of that is merely trivial as long as you are good looking. Now, to prove my point, let's analyze the case of Joe Black in the eponymous movie Meet with Joe Black. In the movie, spoiler alert, death reincarnates in the body of Joe Black. Death is, well, death. It has no empathy, it is socially unfit, it doesn't know the social codes in Western society, it has no real interest in people, they only exist for its own amusement and distraction. It doesn't know feelings nor remorse, it does not want to seduce anybody, of course. Yet, death somehow manages to get the hottest chick in the country, and he did not even try. How is that possible? How can death beat the next stage, Mr. Love? Well, death is not stupid. It has reincarnated in the body of Brad Pitt. And that, my friends, is enough even to get the #1 girl on the planet. Whereas Mr. Love advocates the improvement of some external features like posture or care for the use of certain words, it seems obvious that the training he provides will ultimately have its limitations. The trainee's performance is by essence unreliable. It is a gamble that demands dedication and time, and there is no guarantee of success, and in most cases the trainee can only aim so high as what's concretely achievable. Well, Death knows all of that and is not ready to play the gambling game. Death, therefore, chooses the only thing that is reliable at all times and with absolutely everyone: beauty. Now, we've all heard the phrase, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That is not true at all. Let me remind you that we, human beings, are animals. Even though we are the least natural species on earth, we are still animals, beasts with instinct. And what beauty tells us is health, youth, and the ability to procreate. And that's why we are attracted to good looks. It is simply natural. When a woman sees you for the first time, what she assesses is your ability to mate and procreate, and vice versa. When you're a man and you see a woman, you, like it or not, instinctively evaluate whether she is fit to bear your children or not. That's why looks or physical beauty is so important in terms of seduction. It gives information about your genes, your physical condition, your health, of course. This evaluation of information is only instinctive, and until you get to know the person, you cannot know for sure whether this person is healthy or not. But this is all you have to do your assessment, and let's be honest, in most cases, looks are enough to determine, to a certain degree at least, the person's vigor and health. So, to conclude, there is nothing superficial about going for people that are physically attractive. I am purposefully leaving traits like temper, character, values, and so on out of the equation. Those are the things that define a person's identity. They are extremely important, but they are not things that can be assessed at first glance. The first and only thing that counts is the way you look. It might be harsh to be heard, but the way you look will ultimately determine the opportunities that life will present to you. Being good looking will increase your chances of success, while being bad looking will be detrimental. Steve knows it. Death or Joe Black knows it. Mr. Love or Hitch knows it too. Hollywood knows it. You know it. I know. She knows. Everybody knows it. And this, my friend, is called natural selection.
Don't ever do that again.